are standing by a Maine Senate candidate, Graham Plattner. You, of course, probably at this point know that Graham Plattner is the man who had to get a secondary tattoo to cover up his original tattoo, which was a Nazi emblem. Now, this, of course, is from the same party who has spent years comparing President Trump and all Republicans to Nazi Germany.
Comparing the tactics of Donald Trump to Mussolini and Hitler is a very legitimate thing.
Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden.
We have a Timu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States.
So for years, they've asked you to squint, to peer hard, and conjure up images of Nazism, while asking you now to completely ignore the obvious form of Nazism that was tattooed on someone's chest. Back in 2022, former Obama bro Jon Favreau said, "Let me know when a far lefty candidate appears with a Nazi sympathizer, and we can then chat." Well, here we are. But Favreau and others are asking voters to look past Plattner's history. They're calling him a good, decent man who struggled and grown. And some Democrats are standing by their man.
He's been very clear that he went into combat on behalf of the United States. He went through a really rough period, PTSD type period. And he has himself said there are lots of things he's done and said that he completely regrets. And I do believe people should have second chances.
Do I think today that Democrats are all of a sudden on the side of Nazis? No. But I think also that what has been exposed is for all of their hyperventilating for almost a decade about Nazism, so too then were they.
See, whatever the Democrats accuse you of doing, that's what they're doing. I told you, that's why you should never apologize to these Democrats. They're not Democrats technically. They're communists for real. Now, if you go through a little history and you remember correctly, the only reason that Hillary won in 2016, well, technically she didn't win. Cheating is not winning. The only reason Hillary got the nomination is because they used the superdelegates to cheat on a freaking communist, Bernie Sanders, who had been vacationing in the USSR, not Russia, the freaking USSR. And these are the people who's been calling you Hitler, fascist. And see, the jackass that they got to run over there when they just had the correspondent dinner, I heard that the judge is saying that he's apologized to the shooter, Mr. Cole, because of the accommodations in the jail is not up to par. Whenever the Democrats accuse you of something, that's what they're doing. And we're just going to go down, do a little history lesson and show you how the Democrats, I mean, man, Dummy down there, he's already said he's a communist. He tries to say socialist, but they're the same. Look at the candidates that they got running. Do you really believe that if Donald Trump had endorsed somebody, or there had been a Republican who was conservative that once had a tattoo on his chest for 18 years? We're not saying he had the drunk tattoo and he did away with it a couple of weeks later. He had the tattoo for 18 years. But here's the excuse now. Here's the caveat. They said he didn't really know what it was. So you're saying he's stupid, but we should vote for it. Is that what you're telling me? He's too stupid to know what a Nazi is. But you guys are always talking about Nazi. Now the guy y'all endorsing is too damn stupid to know what a Nazi is. You can't make this up. And this is the fella also who was saying that maybe if women wouldn't get so drunk, they wouldn't have to worry about being ARD. That's their candidate. Don't ever apologize to a filthy liberal, because technically they're communists and they try to get you to apologize so they can shut you up. That's what it's all about. Has nothing to do with integrity or anything else. And I'm going to show you the type of hypocrisy. The people who are endorsing him, Bernie Sanders is out there tripping over himself. Literally tripping over himself telling you how great of a guy he is. You can't even make this up. And these are the same folks that want to tell you that Donald Trump is a Nazi. You're a Nazi. Did you see the video we just put up about a couple of hours ago about the alderman down in Chicago? He's upset because they can't shoplift any longer in Walgreens. You're not dealing with rational people. You're just not. So the Democrat says, we want this fellow to be the new senator down here in Maine, this Graham Planter fella with this Heil Hitler symbol on him. But that's fine because even though he said he's a trained Antifa affiliate, he's a socialist. But they say you should vote for it because according to Mr. Graham Planter, he was commenting on sexual assault. He said, holy F, how about people just take some responsibility for themselves and not get so effed up so they wind up having sex with someone they don't mean to. That's it. Can you imagine if a Republican had said something like this? This is the guy they're endorsing. We said, this is the one right here. He said, all police are bastards. Victim blaming. If you have somebody sexual assault you, don't get so drunk, damn it. This is who the Democrats are. All their candidates, if you think about it though, every candidate that they had of late, let's go back and start in 2008. Barack Obama's a communist. Hillary's a communist. Bernie Sanders was a communist. Joe Biden too stupid to know what a communist is, but they was running his administration like he was a communist. Mandami is a communist. AOC is a communist. Bernie Sanders is a communist. Elizabeth Warren is just giddy over this one. But these are the folks who said Elon Musk giving a salute. They called him Adolf Hitler. You're Adolf Hitler. All this, and then that bull dyke down there in, who was the governor of Maine, Janet Mills, you know, the carpet muncher. She pulled out of the Senate race. You know why she pulled out? They said it had something to do with money problems. Had nothing to do with that. They tell their people who they should vote for. They told their heifer to drop out. Oh, it's no doubt in my mind they told her to drop out. This is what they do. And think about it. They had Kamala Harris. They parachuted her in. She didn't win anything. They don't want they always talk about democracy, but nobody wants you to really vote. They don't want you to show voter ID, so they want to cheat. They want mail-in balloting. Everything the Democrats do is for taking away your rights. Now, they're saying that this Graham Planter guy is going to be like the Joe Rogan for the left. The Nazi guy is the Joe Rogan for the left. First of all, Joe Rogan's not even conservative. Can we stop saying that Joe Rogan is a conservative? Because he voted for Donald Trump one time, he's a conservative all of a sudden. No, he's not. Let's not get him mixed up now. This dude actually had a Nazi tattoo on him for 18 freaking years. You can't make this up. And I said, these are the people saying that the Republicans are racist. I want to get a good look at this tattoo because I'm going to show how he covered it up. So this is a Nazi symbol right here. Big as day. But this freaking dumbass didn't even know what it is, he says. But then he tried to cover it up, and that's how he covered it up. Look at him. He looked like he's drunk now. But this is their new tough guy, they say. He's acting like a man. We're going to pretend like we like tough guys now. We like toxic masculinity now. And this is one of his statements. Let me let you listen to it.
We need to.
Look what he said when they get the majority. Look what he says. He looks like he's drunk every time I see him.
We're the majority. We need to use the power we get to shut this White House down. We do that, I think one of the best ways is through committee hearings and investigations. I want the Trump administration not to function because everyone in the White House is being hauled under subpoena in front of a Senate committee day after day after day. Not just because, one, we have so many crimes to investigate. At this point, we could probably be doing this for the next.
You hear what he said he's going to do? This is all the Democrats know how to do. All they do is hinder progress because they don't know how to run anything. None of them know how to run a business. They get into politics so their business can be successful. So they just give their business all of the insider trading. If they got contracts, they put it towards their business. Marjorie Taylor Greene did the same thing for her business. It skyrocketed once she got in office, and she out here acting as if she's fighting for the American people, American first. By the way, we're going to get back to Tucker and Meg Kelly too, because I got something funny on them. But here's the Democrats. This is their guy. They said, we're not going to fix anything. We're not going to do anything to make your life better. Name me a Democrat that made your life better. When Barack Obama was in there, did he make your life better? See, all of this corruption, when somebody get in there who tries to do something, they fight tooth and nails to stop them. Look at all the damn fraud, all the hospice fraud that was in California, all the SNAP fraud, welfare fraud, PPP loans, all this fraud going on. If we can just stop the fraud, we'll have a surplus, but they don't want to stop the fraud. And they're running candidates like this freaking drunk, this Nazi drunk right here.
We need to use the power we get to shut this White House down. We do that, I think, one of the best ways.
Notice he's not talking about he's going to do anything for the American people. I don't know how anybody rationally can listen to these people. I have never heard the Democrats, at least in the last 30 years, I haven't heard any plan by them that they're going to do something to make my life better. Quit telling me about giving somebody prescription drugs. I don't need prescription drugs. What the hell are you going to do to better our life in this country? You can start by closing down the border instead of inviting all the illegals over. You say, well, Donald Trump ain't done anything. The border is secure. The crime is down. That's something for everybody.
Is through committee hearings and investigations. I want the Trump administration not to function because everyone in the White House is being hauled under subpoena in front of a Senate committee day after day after day. Not just because, one, we have so many crimes to investigate. At this point, we could probably be doing this for the next 30 years. But two, because it's a lever of power. Using subpoena power, bringing people in for investigations, that keeps them busy.
Did you get that? Not doing anything, we're just going to keep you busy. Now, Scott Jennings on CNN brought this up, but the one thing I can tell you about the Democrats, they don't have no conscience. They'll keep doing the same thing.
You know, the debate about his past and about his tattoos and this, legitimate points you made, they would never cut Republicans the same kind of slack if somebody showed. By the way, it's not resembling a Nazi tattoo.
It's a Nazi tattoo.
It's a Nazi tattoo, which he then blamed on the military for giving him. So it's been kind of, I mean, it's a terrible thing, but they're going to choose to overlook it. I would just say on the main race in general, last time Collins was on the ballot, she never led in a single poll, and then she got reelected. Maine's an interesting electorate. I think it's going to be one of the most fascinating and expensive races in the cycle. But to see the Democrats who've spent a lot of time calling Donald Trump a Nazi.
What's so telling is that Susan Collins, who's a Republican down there, she's technically a liberal too. He's just a Nazi.
Nazi for the last several years. Embrace the guy with the Nazi tattoo who's a pretty, has said a lot of anti-Semitic things. It's quite a turnaround.
Look, there's a difference. Two things can be true at once. You can have done or said bad things, but you can also change your views, and you can also prove that through your actions.
So if you apologize, is that enough?
No, I think you have to prove it through your actions.
What actions? What action can you do to say, I had a Nazi tattoo for 18 years? No Democrat, none of these leftists would ever, if you had it for 18 seconds, they wouldn't forgive it. This fool had a Nazi tattoo for 18 years, and you're saying he's too stupid to know what it is. But vote for him because he's smart. You can't make this up. I swear you can't. I think I had Bernie. Let me get Bernie Sanders, because I had Bernie Sanders over here. And Bernie Sanders was bragging on him, being the good communist that he is. And some people was fooled by Bernie Sanders. I just find it hard. I got Bernie Sanders. As a matter of fact, I got two clips of Bernie Sanders. The first one is him bragging on this Graham fella, and the next one he's bragging on Fidel Castro.
Days ago, some of you may have noticed
that in Maine, the establishment candidate, Governor Mills, dropped out of the race.
I just hate to say this. I know I'm supposed to say it because people don't like me saying it. But I really do just despise Bernie Sanders. I don't know how anybody could be tricked by Bernie Sanders. The dude has been in office since the days of Noah. He went and campaigned, he vacationed, him and his wife honeymoon in freaking the USSR. Bernie Sanders got kicked out of Woodstock because he was so damn lazy. He ain't never had a real job. This fool has been in office all this time. He ain't done a damn thing. Every time the election comes around, they pass him around like he's an authority. If Bernie Sanders is an authority for you, and you trust what Bernie Sanders says, you're a freaking communist. Because it's obvious everything he said. He said if you get a certain amount of money, you become a billionaire, you need to take that money and give it to the government. No matter how much money you give to the government, they're going to F it off. The government never does anything smart with the money because it's not their money. People don't care about wasting other people's money. That's the problem with our government. The government does not care about wasting your money. They're good at wasting your money. They don't have any principles. The government don't have no damn principles.
She dropped out of the race because Graham Plattner is running a strong grassroots campaign, dozens and dozens of rallies all over a very rural state, talking about the oligarchy, talking
about the oligarchy, talking about the oligarchy. How's this dude can fool anybody? It's beyond me that Bernie Sanders can fool anybody at this point. But when you're brain dead, when they're teaching the kids how to be dumber in school, pass the tests, it's okay if you don't learn anything, you don't have any comprehension. They don't even know what a Nazi is, what a communist is, but they always calling somebody this. I think it was either Facebook or Twitter or something. They were passing around a statement trying to get these kids. I can't remember if it was Chicago, Milwaukee, somewhere. They were trying to get them to read such a basic statement. They could not read the basic statement. I saw another clip where a teacher was saying that she wrote something on the board, gave the kids the answer. They had them write it down. And after they wrote it down, she asked them simple question with the answer on the board. What was the answer? They couldn't even get the answer because they have zero comprehension. And most Democrats are the same way. They're like a bunch of mindless zombies. They're like the half dead, the return of the living dead or something. They don't know how to think. Their brains have been eaten up. I just don't understand how anybody can be thinking that Bernie Sanders is a viable candidate to tell anybody who to vote for.
talking about the needs of the working class. Graham is going to be the Democratic nominee. Graham is going to be the next senator from Maine.
I don't know. I don't know which one I have more disdain for. I'm just having a hard time making that decision. But I want to bring Bernie Sanders. Here's Bernie Sanders bragging on Fidel Castro. I'm sure some Cubans will be very upset about this. He thinks Castro is great.
This was when Fidel Castro first came to power, which was when? 59? Does that sound right?
59-60.
Okay. You know what he did? He initiated a major literacy program. There was a lot of...
So is Cuba better today because of what Fidel Castro did? See, if what's the name was a journalist, he would ask him that. Is Cuba better today? So is it America's fault that Cuba is complete trash? That's what I would ask him.
A lot of folks in Cuba at that point who are literate. And he formed the literacy brigade. You may read that. They went out and they helped people learn to read and write.
So Fidel Castro is a saint.
You know what? I think teaching people to read and write is a good thing.
A communist always can find something good to say about a fellow communist. He said Fidel Castro brought this literacy program out. He's a wonderful individual. Oh, yeah, he's wonderful. His brother's wonderful, too. Notice how they praise real dictators. That's why they were so upset about Maduro. Oh my God, can't believe he went to his country and kidnapped him. That was a gangster move, I got to admit to you. That was real gangster of you, Mr. Trump. Go over there and kidnap that boy. Locked him up. When he got him out of his own country. He over there talking trash and stuff. See, you talk too much. You talk that much right there, you can't strategize. He came over and just kidnapped this fool and his wife. They need to make a movie about that because that was gangster. Now, I know Meg Kelly and Tucker and Candace is upset about that. I just find it laughable. Well, I got another one of Graham talking, and then I'm gonna show you something that I like to keep bringing up with the left side about how much they love the KKK, how much they love the Nazis. They love them.
77-year-old Governor Janet Mills ending her campaign this week.
Now look, see, now this is Dinger. I think his name is Dinger or something. The only reason she's in there because her daddy died, right? How old is she anyway by now? By the time her to retire.
Before the June 9th primary, her one-time rival, Graham Plattner, has received endorsements from a number of Democrats. He has also had to apologize for a tattoo that resembles a Nazi symbol and for
watch it give him a pass.
Comments he made criticizing rape victims. In Reddit posts uncovered by CNN's K-File, he called himself a communist and called cops, quote, bastards. He's disavowed those posts. He said they came from a time when he felt disillusioned and angry. But I'm curious if you think that he is an appropriate person to represent the Democratic Party.
So first of all, I'm going to say I was very upset as a woman who has dealt with domestic violence, grew up in a home, and other sexual violence, very upset by what he's...
She was upset, but she going to overlook it. Yeah, I was upset because I was assaulted, but that's okay if he talk about it and talk down on the women who got assaulted. You see how these people don't have no conscience? They have no scruples. You can stop thinking that they have any scruples. They'll ignore anyone. Adolf Hitler came back right now, and if Adolf Hitler was against Donald Trump, they would be on Adolf Hitler's side. Joseph Stalin. Matter of fact, Nick Fuentes and Kanye West praises Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler. Tucker and Candace don't have a problem with that, though.
Previous comments were. I am not in the ground on Maine. I think that people...
She ain't on the ground. I love when they try to punt the ball. You don't have to be on the ground. Neither are you a brain surgeon. I guess you're not a biologist, so you don't know the difference between male and female.
People are angry. People are upset. People want change in this country.
Okay, Barack Obama was the president for 8 years. Bill Clinton was the president for 8 years. Joe Biden allegedly was pretending to be president for 4 years. Why y'all didn't change nothing then? Because it ain't about change. And I'm not saying the Republicans are any better, because the Republicans could have done a whole bunch of more stuff than they've done. All these politicians do is talk about midterms, the next election. Why don't you bastards do your job when you're in there? See, companies like, you saw where the Spirit Air went out of business. Now, they said it's because of gas prices. It's not. They tried to do a merger with the JetBlue, one of the other ones, Spirit did, and the Biden administration wouldn't allow the merger. And now they said, and Elizabeth Warren was happy that they went under. Now, what they have, like 17,000 jobs is lost because of Spirit went under. The Democrats are bragging about putting them under. We're not going to let you merge. A merger would have been better than a bailout, because I don't think we should be bailing out these companies in the first damn place. But let them merge. You let everybody else merge and your buddies merge. So they made the company fail. 17,000 people lost their job. They said it's Donald Trump's fault because of the war. And then they posted online because dumbass is not going to go read the reason that Spirit Air really went under. Because when they tried to do a merger, they couldn't do a merger. Now, I realize that Spirit Air sometimes got some gangsters be on there. Even there, we played you that clip the time with the people who checked the baggage. That one was finna fight. They'll fight over there. It's kind of like Waffle House. One of the requirements if you work at Waffle House is you got to know how to fight. Everybody at Waffle House know how to fight. And everybody at Waffle House will fight. If you won't fight, you can't work at Waffle House. So you go in there starting something at Waffle House, you better be willing to throw down, because everybody at Waffle House can fight. It don't matter no skin color, none of that. Everybody in there will throw down. They'll be nice, but you start getting it twisted or something, you better be ready to throw hands in Waffle House. They don't play that. You're not finna go in there bully them around. One of their requirements is, do you like to fight? Okay, it's gonna be necessary. If anybody comes in and starting something with one of the other employees, you must jump in and beat the hell out of them. That's one of the requirements at Waffle House. I like Waffle House. See, some people, I guess they're too sedated for Waffle House. You know why I like Waffle House? I know this has got nothing to do with anything. It's because if you sit at the counter, you can watch them crack your egg. They get real eggs. They crack the egg. And those freaking hash browns are delicious at Waffle House. And if you ever get a waffle, get you some pecans put in there. I like Waffle House. It's not expensive, and they serve you real breakfast, not fake breakfast, and they cook it right in front of you. I like that. I'm sure they'll try to put Waffle House out of business too.
And if you don't see people standing up to the president, then you...
So they went and got a Nazi to stand up to the president.
You see some of the results of what happened in Maine. I am very concerned about remembering in all of our elections that we got to win the general elections. And so, but I think people are so angry right now that they want to see people stand up, be heard, not afraid to speak out. I also want to hold people accountable for things that they have said. In one area I can never ever forget is violence against women.
So
you just forgot it. He says, okay, he said, don't get drunk if you don't want to get taken advantage of. That's what he said. Now, can you imagine if a Republican had said something like this?
are you okay with him being the representative of the Democratic Party in Maine?
We're going to have to see what happens in Maine.
They can't even answer a freaking question. Are you okay with a Nazi? Are you okay with this Nazi being the candidate for Maine? Well, we have to see, and people are sick of Donald Trump. So if this guy who had a Nazi symbol on his chest for 18 years and said it's okay, tell women to stop getting drunk if you don't want to get taken advantage of. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. This is the party, the Democrats party. They're freaking Klan members. They always have been. But you have some freaking cotton picker like James Clyburn, or one of these other little cotton pickers like Spike Lee looking like a freaking frog or something. Or you have one of these freaking activists coming on here talking about racism and stuff. You have some pimp like Al Sharpton talking about racism, and they got a freaking Nazi running for office. You cannot make this up, man. Where's the NAACP, the National Advancement for the Colors? Where are the colors at? I want the colors down here. I want the colors marching. Get the Black Panthers down here too. Where's the Nation of Islam? See, this is what I'm saying. These people are frauds. So this is why I have no respect for them. They ain't saying a damn word about a man who had a Nazi tattoo. Every time he looked in the mirror, he saw this big Nazi thing. He said, I don't know what it is. I'm stupid. But elect me. I'm going to be smart once you elect me. It's the military made me put it on. Why everybody else ain't got it then? They just made me. You cannot make this up. I'm going to call the NAACP. I'm going to call them. I might record myself calling NAACP and tell them they got a Nazi running down here in Maine that hates you colors. And you colors going, and James Clyburn, I bet they interview James Clyburn right now. You know what James Clyburn is saying? Well, what does Boss Man say? Did Boss Man say I need to vote for the Nazi? Well, whatever Boss Man said, Boss Man, I'm going to do it, Boss Man. Let me take my hat off, Boss Man. Whatever Boss Man say, I have to do it. I have to be so good nigga for Boss Man. I will. I vote for whoever that tells me to vote for. Because you've been so good. Are we sick, boss? We sick? Unbelievable. They got a freaking Nazi running for office. Now, by the way, don't think, I like to keep bringing this one up because I like when somebody starts telling me about racism. Shut up, freaking clown. You a clown. Anybody telling about racism on the Republican side and they ignore the Democrat. I don't pay no attention on you. If somebody's racist, you got what you deserve. You stupid as I don't know what. Here I got Barack Obama. So they had Bill Clinton here, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, all eulogizing a card-carrying Klan member. I like to keep bringing that one up. Robert Byrd was a card-carrying Klan member. But when they got these people coming up with new quote, let me look, I ain't listening to nothing you say. I don't care nothing about what you sending me. When you address that the last three people that y'all put up in there to run for y'all was praising the Klan member at his funeral. Now you got a Nazi running. Here's the funeral here. Look at him. Oh, we gonna honor this damn Klan member. May he burn in hell.
Our mountains weep today.
Our mountains weep because our Klan, our grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan ain't here anymore.
And our rivers run salty with the tears. Our senator, our advocate, our brother and our friend has left us to be with Irma and with you.
Robert Byrd moved with our country.
Look, this is one of the Kennedys, the wife of Ted Kennedy, who was screwing everything too, who killed the woman. And this heifer was calling Donald Trump racist, but here she's at the Klan members' damn funeral. You can't make this up.
And he moved our country forward.
He damn sure did. He did. Can you believe this? This is, I want to be clear. Whenever one of your liberal friends, your liberal family members tell you, show him this clip of all these people praising a car carrier. The pictures of him with his Klan uniform is still on YouTube. I mean, Google. You still can actually get it. Hold on a minute. Let me go get, I want to go get it. I'm going to go get it. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. Robert Byrd. Let me see if Google didn't tell you down. I'm going to see if they didn't took it down here. Still got images. Google and try. Oh, I got it. I see. Here's him. This is not a fake picture. This is an actual picture. We're going to come back to this because I want you to see this. These people are such hypocrites. Here's Robert Byrd right here, Grand Wizard of the KKK. This is the piece of trash that they're burying right now. This Klan member. All of them love this freaking Klan member. Look at him. He proud of it too. Look at him. Grand Wizard there. There you go. Look at Hillary kissing him. Look at that. Yeah, she's that good. That's my daddy right there. You think Hillary is not a racist piece of trash? I got hot sauce in my purse. I don't feel no ways tired. I comes too far from where I started from. You can't even make this up. Whenever a piece of trash liberal, I don't care if it's friend or family, send me anything about a Republican being racist, I bring up this. I want to know what you think about a Grand Wizard. I say, go, I want you to Google it right now. If you're not Google, stop talking to me. Don't send me nothing there, clown. I want you to Google Robert Byrd, Klan member, and then I want you to Google them doing his damn funeral. Now, all of them, all the Democrats praising Robert Byrd, and you got the nerve to tell me something about racism because Donald Trump didn't want a bunch of freaking ghetto people living in his hotel. I don't want you in my hotel either, damn it. Hell is you talking about, fool? Tell me nothing about it. It's good. I'm glad he didn't let you live in there. He don't want his damn hotel toe up. Learn how to act, freaking clowns.
From the ceaseless fight for economic justice to the long struggle for health care, where from the floor of the United States Senate last Christmas Eve,
oh, Lord have mercy,
he raised his arm and his voice
to
cast the deciding vote.
Oh, my God.
I was in the gallery, and tears flowed down my cheeks when he said,
great.
Mr. President,
this
is for my friend, Ted Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy? Is this it? Wait a minute. I got the wrong. Am I the wrong one?
He never stopped learning from others or even from his own mistakes. And with every new lesson he learned, he also learned how much more there was to know. Robert Byrd.
Oh, that's the right one, yeah. Look at this piece of trash here. You remember old Dirty Harry Reid when he had that big patch on his eye? I made like 15 videos of him getting his eye almost knocked out. Now, what you don't know, because if you wasn't watching us with the other station that I used to have, we did a documentary on Dirty Harry Reid, this filthy dirty. I think he was a cross-dresser. I'm not for sure. At least rumor has that he's a cross-dresser, because he said that he was exercising. Rob, do you want me to go get? No, I ain't gonna go get the picture. Dirty Harry Reid had this big old patch on his eye, and he said the reason he has the patch on his eye because he was exercising. Fool, you ain't exercising. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Dirty Harry Reid had him a little 14-year-old boy, and Dirty Harry Reid like to get tied up and whipped on. And that little young man was whipping Dirty Harry Reid so hard, and all of a sudden, Dirty Harry Reid said, "You hurting me." He tried to get up, and he was tied up, and the young man wouldn't let him loose, just kept beating him, and he fell over and busted his eye. That's what really happened. Little 14-year-old underage was doing this. "Oh, dare you, he's dead. He's in hell. May his soul rest in hell."
Could dispense knowledge as well as he absorbed it. Indeed, it was because he was a tireless learner that he became a peerless teacher. No one was his peer as a teacher.
He knew people who were elected to represent states and regions and political philosophies.
Oh, yeah?
Were flesh and blood people, which means they would never be perfect.
Oh, okay. Isn't that funny? So when Robert Byrd do something, we flesh and blood. This is collect bygones be. We all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. See how forgiving they are when a leftist do it? They got a fella with a Nazi tattoo for 18 years. Robert Byrd was a card-carrying Klan member. I bet he lynched a couple blacks at least. Where is the NAACP at about this? I want to see the coloreds get upset. I want them on TV being outraged like they do with fake racism. Oh my God, they're taking us back. We need reparations. Why we don't see the colors on here right now? Where are the colors? I want to see the colors upset about this damn funeral for this freaking Klan member. Where's Spike Lee at? We need to do a movie on this Spike Lee, looking like a teenage mutant ninja turtle or something. Can we get a movie on this right here? I want to get a movie. We can get, what actor we can get to play Robert Byrd? I don't know. Let's get Sean Penn to play Robert Byrd.
He knew they were subject to passion and anger. And when you make a decision, it's important when you're mad, there's about an 80% chance you'll make a mistake. And that's why he thought the rules and the institution and the Constitution were so important. And he put them before everything.
He sure did. He said he want them colors at the back of that bus too.
Even what he wanted.
Well, he served the land he loved. He served the people he loved. He served the people who were in.
See, this is before Joe Biden lost his mind right here. You can tell the difference. This is before he lost his mind.
In his blood.
Joe Biden is a racist piece of trash too.
And because of that service, you have gained greatly. And with his loss, you're the first who will.
Hell has a new resident. That's what that's about.
Feel that loss.
Years from now.
Wait a minute. Here's this quote / Muslim / queer / communist in the queer messiah, gay messiah for the African American. Oh my God, it was so. Oh, he's gonna pay for my gas. He's eulogizing a Klan member. Can't even make this up. So whenever I see this fake outrage from these coloreds, all online, getting themselves clutching their pearls. Oh my God, how can you support such a racist like Donald Trump? Shut your mouth. Freaking sit out and teach you. Quit your whining. Shut up. You like racists. If Donald Trump was racist, you should glorify him then, because that's what you like, racist. Here you have all your former presidents, Bill Clinton, Hillary who ran, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, all of them. eulogizing the Klan member, telling you how wonderful he is. I bet he put some of them whips on y'all back too, boy. Well, he'd have put some straps on y'all, chop your foot off if you tried to run too.
When I think of the man we memorialize today, I'll remember him as he was when I came to know him.
Okay.
His white hair full, like a mane. His gait steadied, with a cane.
Okay.
Determined to make the most of every last breath.
Well.
A distinguished gentleman from West Virginia could be found at his desk until the very end doing the people's business.
Distinguished gentleman. Barack Obama, quote, the first black president. Black power, black power. This is why I don't pay attention to none of these cooning Negroes. I don't pay attention to none of you. I don't care how pissed off you get about it. You don't tell me nothing about no racism, clowns, freaking clowns. Here you have, I love to play this kind of stuff. I don't listen to nothing they say. I don't care how outraged they get. I say it's good for you. I don't care what you say. Because until you guys give me the same outrage about a Klan member being eulogized by all y'all heroes. Because Bill Clinton used to be the first black president until somebody with a little bit more melon came along. You said, no, we got a new one. He's a switch hitter too. We just love him. They trying to bring out the black man. People like David Chappelle, clown show. David Chappelle act like he was so proud of Barack Obama because you're too damn stupid. Stick to your damn skit, David Chappelle. You clown, you. Look at him. Oh, they so happy. Woo, this was a glorious day. I just feel so proud too. I think I'm going to shed a tear. This is so moving for me. Oh my God. Robert Byrd, we going to miss you, brother. We going to miss you. These colors have said zero. Every time one says something to me, I don't give a damn who it is. Did you know that Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary, Joe Biden eulogized a Klan member? Did you know that? I don't want to talk about nothing until you address that. Address that. Other than that, I don't got nothing to say to you. Until you address that right there, I don't talk to these damn idiots. None of them want to address that. They want to get upside it. You can't. I'm a master at not paying no attention to what you're saying until you address what I want you to address. I don't care if we don't never have to talk. I want you to address that issue. What was the outrage about this? I didn't know about it because you're stupid. If you didn't know about it then, don't tell me nothing now because you're too damn stupid. Shut up. See, that don't work for me. That not knowing, ignorance is not good enough for me. If you didn't know, act like you don't know now, you freaking porch monkey. You don't act like you outraged now. Because I'm not hearing none of that. You cannot get me sidetracked. Laser focus. I'm going to make you answer, or we ain't going nowhere. We ain't discussing nothing else until you address this. And then I want you to address this Graham Planner fella with this Nazi tattoo for 18 damn years. And he's been endorsed by all the Democrats. But you outraged about something Donald Trump allegedly said. Y'all weren't saying that before he got in office. When Michael Jackson was hanging out with him, when the NAACP was giving him an award, when Mike Tyson was hanging out with him, P. Diddy and him was even all up on him. Now all of a sudden, he's the biggest racist. You fraud, you. I hate frauds. Just be who you are. Just say I'm an ass kisser. That's okay. Cash Patel won too, and he does it better than anybody. So just say, I like to kiss butt. I'm not going to say anything of substance. I'm just a professional butt kisser. Because that's technically what you are. And then you get mad because you can't get me worked up. Because if you make them see, this is how you can defeat any liberal you talk to. Make them answer the question about these two issues. Are you okay with Robert Byrd being eulogized? He's a former Klan member. I don't want to hear anything about he used to be a Klan member. He's a Klan member. You guys tried to tie Donald Trump to the charlatan. Oh my God, look what happened down in Charlotte. Then you try to say something about David Duke. Donald Trump ain't never hung out with David Duke. But here they are eulogizing the Klan member. Are you going to address that? If you're not going to address that, don't tell me nothing about what Donald Trump did. if he did something racist, good for you. He should have did it to you. You deserved it. You deserved it. So don't you're not gonna get me sidetracked on that. I want you to address these issues. Then we can talk about something else. If you can't address this, I don't want to talk until you address my issues. That's how I talk to anyone. That I don't care if it's family or friends. You want to talk about something, address that first. Once you address it, you say you didn't know, so you admit you stupid, just like this Graham fella didn't know he had a Nazi tattoo on his chest for 18 years. You saying that this happened way back then and you didn't know anything about this, you're saying you're stupid too. So why would I have a debate with somebody who's ignorant, don't even know what they did? But here you are trying to act like you outraged about something. Get over yourself. Get over it. I don't give a damn if you got mad. So what? So what you got mad? Did you die? People are such hypocrites. Miss Kimberly, she hit us up and she says, nothing like the Common Sense Nation channel. And we got, let me get my, oh, damn it, what did I just do? Miss, hold on a minute here. Oh, Miss Stacy Michaels, our moderator. Thank you so much, Miss Stacy. She said, thank you so much. And God bless you, Miss Stacy. Is Stacy in there? I see Stacy in there. Let me see if Miss Michaels. Miss Michaels, if you're nasty. Was Stacy in there? I didn't know if she was in there. I don't see her. If she is, I don't see in there. Well, God bless you, Miss Stacy. When you see it, you know we we gave you a shout out. My man Tim Egan, he always hits us up for our Sunday broadcast. Did you guys get a chance to listen to our gospel message there? Y'all gonna, yes, we talk about the gospel. I know that's crazy. You can't believe it, huh? I can't believe you said something about the gospel. Mr. Tim Egan, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And Miss Venus Montgomery out of California. God bless you, Miss Venus. Say hello to your husband for us. She's not, this is one of these things that, because I got something funny. I got to poke fun at Tucker Carlson again, because I got some funny clips about him. But before we get to that, what else did I have to show? I want to show you something else. Oh, here, do you remember Gaddafi? Now, you remember that Hillary and that crew, when Barack Obama was the president, they killed Gaddafi. You remember that? 2 years before they killed Gaddafi, here's Hillary Clinton with Gaddafi's son telling you how wonderful things is. See, he didn't know that he was dealing with a snake. He had no clue he was dealing with a snake. Here's Hillary Clinton. Let me bring up Hill Dog. Hillary steps out here acting like this is Gaddafi's son.
I am very pleased to welcome Minister Gaddafi here to the State Department. We deeply value the relationship between the...
So Gaddafi's son came to the State Department. If I'm not mistaken, what year was that? I think it was 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Because in 2011, they took him out. Gaddafi's son came and visited, and Hillary and Barack was planning on killing his daddy anyway.
United States and Libya. We have many opportunities to deepen and broaden our cooperation, and I'm very much looking forward to building on this relationship. So, Mr. Minister, welcome so much here. Thank you. We're delighted you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Look, she's not going to answer no questions because she know for a fact we're going to kill this boy's daddy. I don't know if they killed him, but they killed his daddy. They probably killed him too. Hillary's a low-down, dirty snake, boy. She's something else. Her and that Barack, they said, we're going to kill this boy. Bring his son over here. Let him lower his guard some. Boom. Oh, mighty Caesar, does thou lie so low? Brutus, dost thou betray me? The Hilda beast has struck again. Yes, the Hilda beast has struck again. She will kill you. Hillary will kill you, man. Now, you may have forgot this little clip right here, but I want to replay this. I know I played it several times before in the past, but this is John Kerry. This is the Democratic Party. They don't want you to have a First Amendment, a Second Amendment, a Third Amendment, a Fourth Amendment. They don't want you to have no damn rights. Listen, you remember this when John Kerry said this when he was over at the Economic Forum?
And I think the dislike of and
I wish he'd just die. I don't want to do anything to him. I just want the Lord to take him. Because he always looked like he's already been embalmed anyway. Don't he look like he's been embalmed? I tell you, it's climate change.
anguish over social media is just growing and growing and growing. And it's part of our problem, particularly in democracies, in terms of building consensus around any issue. It's really hard to govern today. You can't, there's no, the referees we used to have to determine what's a fact and what isn't a fact have kind of, been eviscerated to a certain degree. And people go, and that people self-select where they go for their news or for their information. And then you just get into a vicious cycle. So it's really, really hard, much harder to build consensus today than at any time in the 45, 50 years I've been involved in this. And there's a lot of discussion now about how you curb those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have, some accountability on facts, et cetera. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick and, has an agenda and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So,
did you hear that? See, don't make no mistake about it. All Democrats, ALL, all Democrats feel exactly like this. He says the Constitution is in the way. Your First Amendment is stopping us from brainwashing you. We want to tell you where to get the sources from. Problem is, we've been catching these sources lying for many, many years. We keep catching y'all in lies. Just like when John Kerry was questioned under oath about climate change, he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But here we have him saying that we want to keep democracy, but the way he's talking about democracy is being able to tell you how to think, what to think, and you shouldn't be able to go and have a First Amendment because it's offensive. Let me rewind that a little bit because I don't want you to miss this. All this what he's saying is the bottom line is the First Amendment is getting in the way of us brainwashing you for this ridiculous thing about climate change. That used to be climate cooling. Then was global warming. Now it's climate change. They'll change that in a couple of years.
Those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have, some accountability on facts, et cetera. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick and, has an agenda and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So what we need is to win the ground, win the right to govern by hopefully having, winning enough votes that you're free to be able to implement change.
Do you hear this fool? He's contradicting himself all over the place. If we win enough votes, we can be able to push agenda, and then you have your rights. But only the rights that we tell you to have. We want to tell you where to live. You will be happy, but you won't own nothing. And in their mind, they're right because they're smarter than you. They should tell you how to be happy. They should tell you where to live. You have no right to be trying to self-govern yourself. Let us tell you what to be offended about. Dare you? We don't care about facts. They always talk about follow the science, but they don't really mean follow the science. Follow the science that we have manipulated so we can tell you how you need to be offended while I ride on my private jet and get my beach home. Clown show.
Now, obviously, there are some people in our country who are prepared to implement change in other ways. And so that's really dangerous.
You're questioning really if democracy can survive unregulated social media.
I think democracies are very challenged right now and have not proven they can move fast enough or big enough to deal with the challenges that we are facing.
Democracies cannot move fast enough. These people are naked communists. So because it's not moving where we want to move, they don't care about fast. They wanted to move how they wanted to move. They don't give a damn about no democracy. Do you really think these people care about democracy? It's about controlling you. You are offensive to them. You are hindering their agenda, their one world government, which they used to deny. They don't even deny it no more. They used to deny the deep state. They don't deny that no more either. They don't even deny that they're communists. Matter of fact, most of their candidates now embrace communism, socialism, tell you how wonderful it is. And they're telling you that you're the Nazi. They're calling you fascists and Nazis and all these names, and they're the ones who's actually doing it. Now, I want to bring in Meg Kelly because I just like making fun of Meg Kelly and Tucker now, because they just contradict themselves so many times. In one interview, Tucker contradicted himself, and guess what Meg Kelly said? She said Tucker done a great job in this particular interview. According to Meg Kelly, Tucker did a great job in the New York. There was New York Times that was interviewing. Listen to Meg Kelly.
I like her, and I thought did a very nice job with Tucker. Was it perfect? No, there were a couple of low moments, or she's really, really focused on Nick Fuentes. Mm-hmm. But overall, I thought she gave him a fair shot, and Tucker handled himself, of course, very, very well, and was very deft. And any sort of would-be traps she was laying, he saw from a mile away. And it made for a very interesting, robust exchange between the two of them.
She says that Tucker saw the traps. Okay, let's examine it. Let's see if Meg is right about that. Girl, you got zero credibility from me now. And these people be passing her around. She says that Tucker handled the situation wonderfully. Okay, we're going to examine it. Here's Tucker handling it. This is the first clip of Tucker handling it wonderfully.
On your show about whether Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist? Here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows? I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one, I actually tried to understand it. I may have said some are asking that. I'm not weighing in on that because I don't understand it.
You can't even make this up, man. You can't. And Meg Kelly said he did a great job. But we got more of Tucker because we want you to say that Meg said Tucker handled himself brilliantly. Here's Tucker again. Is this the one of him? I want to get the one of him saying that they're trying to set up J.D. Vance, but he don't know who it is, but he knows somebody's doing it. Oh my Lord.
Has been subject to, this is well known.
Now, I want to make sure you understand that Tucker is defending J.D. Vance because his son works for J.D. Vance. Don't let that slip by you. Nobody ever asked him about that. Your son worked for J.D. Vance. Do you ever talk to your son about what's going on with J.D. Vance? See, put him on the spot, make him lie, because he will lie. So now he's saying that people tried to sabotage J.D. Vance. The more Tucker brags on J.D. Vance, the less I trust J.D. Vance. Because I damn sure don't trust Tucker. His son worked for J.D. Vance.
J.D. has been subject to, this is well known, but I'll just confirm it.
It's well known, but he's going to confirm it. Okay, could you give us some facts?
Nonstop treachery from people on the neoconservative side.
Who are these people?
Around Marco Rubio. And they have been totally against J.D. Vance from the very beginning.
Who do you mean specifically?
You know, I don't know is the real answer. I don't know.
accusing people of treachery, so I'm wondering.
Well, I know there's been a lot of treachery for sure, and I know they were so mad about JD getting that job. I mean,
who's they? Within the White House?
I don't know the answer to that. I've never worked there, so like if you don't work there, you can say you can say what you think you know, but it's hard to really know.
This is me.
He's saying his son told him. That's what he's trying to say. You can't even make this up. Tucker's supposed to be brilliant. He gives an interview, makes an accusation of treachery against J.D. Vance. He says it's well known. Everyone knows it. Asks specifically who is. He said, I don't know. Because his son has been reporting back to him. You can mark my word on that. I got money, says son told him this. That's why I don't trust J.D. Vance. I'll pick Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance. I'll pick Governor DeSantis over J.D. Vance now. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. No, I don't. Son works for Tucker's son there. Look at it.
Looking skeptical.
Yeah, well, no, but it's me being honest. Like, I don't really know. JD.
Why you bring it up if you don't know? Clown. Freaking clown show. Oh, this is the one I really like, though. I like this one right here when Tucker said this, but Megyn Kelly said he did a great job. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Here's him saying that Donald Trump is casting spells on people.
There were a lot of cowardly people, as there always are, and Trump engenders cowardice in the people around him through intimidation. Mm-hmm. And there is a kind of quality that he has that's spellbinding, and I think it probably literally is a spell. And the effect is to weaken people around him and make them more compliant and more confused. And I've experienced this myself. You spend a day with Trump and sort of like you're in this kind of dreamland. It's like smoking hash or something. It's interesting, very interesting. And there may be a supernatural component to it. I'm not a theologian, but it's real. And anyone who's been around.
This dude is he's so out there is that he'll act like he's authority on something and then he'll turn around and says he don't know anything about it. He's the Antichrist, but I'm not a theologian, so I don't really know. I don't really read the Bible. But there's treachery against J.D. Vance, and everybody knows it is, but I don't know who it is. Megyn Kelly said he did a fantastic job. Oh, we're not finished. We're not finished with Tucker because I found this one right here pretty funny too. Now, see, when you get these kind of interviews, Tucker, and you start running your pie hole a little bit too much, because I don't know who's paying this boy, but it's obvious that Tucker's being paid by some damn body. Okay, I want to bring up when she was asking him about Nick Fuentes. Now, listen to this. Is that the one? Let me bring this.
It doesn't.
No, I'm saying that there is a person who is incredibly influential in the party.
Is he incredibly influential? Like on what basis are you saying that?
Oh my goodness, there's lots of evidence, not only on the reach of what he talks about, but also.
Can you name a single member of Congress who's acknowledged his existence or said I?
He says Nick Fuentes has no influence now.
Did this because he told me to?
That's a groyper? I don't know that there's.
There's not a single member of Congress who would ever stand. Hold on, who would ever stand up and say, or even show evidence of being influenced by Nick Fuentes.
Okay. He said right there that Nick Fuentes he don't even know where that came from. He has no clue where that came from. Okay. We're going to see if Tucker said that when a while back.
I got like written out of conservatism, whatever that is. It's not conservative, but because I interviewed Nick Fuentes and my point, I said right in the interview, I'm totally opposed to anti-Semitism, just so you know.
Yeah.
And he said he agreed on whether he does or not. I'm not in charge of his soul, but I am. But I interviewed Nick Fuentes because I wanted people to think about why is this guy the most popular, much more popular than I am, influencer among young men. And it's.
Stop. Tucker just said on the Woman's Show that Nick Fuentes has no influence. Now he's saying he's more influential than he is. This dude is a walking contradiction. But Megyn Kelly said he handled the interview brilliantly. Let's rewind that, Tucker.
Yeah.
And he said he agreed on whether he does or not. I'm not in charge of his soul, but I am. But I interviewed Nick Fuentes because I wanted people to think about why is this guy the most popular, much more popular than I am, influencer among young men. And it's because they've been destroyed by us. And that's a freaking fact.
Yeah.
And anyone who...
They've been destroyed by us. Who is us? Who the hell is he saying? Who is he speaking for? They've been destroyed by us. I don't know who the us is because I'm not the us he's talking about. He says the reason Nick Winters has influence is because the young men has been destroyed by us. Yep, probably by you. But you just said on the New York Times, woman, you just said that Nick Winters didn't have any influence.
doesn't know that isn't listening, and anyone who listens but can't hear it is intentionally ignoring it. And shame on them.
Yeah.
This dude right here is such a damn liar. I've never seen anybody contradict himself more than this dude. He's a walking contradiction. Candace does it too, but this dude is a walking contradiction. Inside one interview, he will contradict himself in the same interview. Something he said 5 minutes ago, he'll turn back and say something. I never said that. I don't know where that came from. Unbelievable. Oh, Tucker. I don't know who's paying you, Tucker, but somebody is paying this boy. I just don't understand how this boy can just tell lies. But he says somebody must put a spell on you, Tucker. On you. Put a spell on you. Because you're mine. I think somebody put a spell on Tucker. I do. Because you're mine. Somebody put a spell on Tucker. But Meg, that's good what Meg said again.
I like her. And she
likes the New York Times person. She said she liked her. She did a great job.
But I like her. And I thought, did a very nice job with Tucker. Was it perfect? No, there were a couple of low moments where she's really, really focused on Nick Fuentes. Mm-hmm. But overall, I thought she gave him a fair shot. And Tucker handled himself, of course, very, very well. And
Tucker handled himself very well, according to Meg, who thinks that boys can become girls. Oh, I'm sorry. She only said that because she was on CBS and she didn't have all the information. Even though she's a lawyer, she didn't have all the information to understand that a boy couldn't become a girl or a girl can become a boy. Nobody ever asked these people these questions. All this other fluff stuff. Ask Meg Kelly, how would you possibly think that a little boy can become a little girl? How's that even possible? You thought it was good to give them hormone blockers? Is that what you're telling me? You're a lawyer? Because she always tell you how she's a lawyer. But you were tricked, huh? You need to get some, I don't need to get any information to know that a little boy can't become a little girl. But brilliant Meg Kelly, brilliant Tucker Carlson, all these people keep telling me how brilliant they are, but they keep being tricked. I just don't understand how you can be so brilliant and be tricked so easily. They'll do anything, they'll say anything for the moolah. It's all about that. For the love of money. For the love of money. We got to put them boots on old Meg.
You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. And now someone.
These boots were made for what? I mean, listen to them. You remember the mayor down there in we played the clip of the mayor from Chicago, Brandon, that communist. He's saying that these young youths must go into the stores and steal and run out because how else can they pay their bills? Come on, you should have sympathy on these people.
That's how they can eat?
The real answer is, how do we make sure, the question is, how do we make sure that people can eat? Look, no one is going to condone, behavior that quite frankly speaks to a level of desperation.
So you're not condoning looting.
I'm saying that people are acting out of desperation. We don't want a society that is acting out of desperation, but you have to pay attention to the cries that people have.
So you're not condoning looting.
There's no way to embrace that. What I'm saying is you can't condone the looting that corporations continue to do every single day when they take tax dollars from black, brown, white folks all over the city of Chicago so that they can turn a profit.
Loot because that's how they can eat.
Think about this colored here. This colored is saying the only way for these youths to be able to eat and pay bills is if they steal. Getting a job is not even an option. They don't have opportunities. Well, you can't get an opportunity when you're smoking weed all damn day and drinking 40s or getting you some of that lean or whatever your drug of choice is, some Percocet or whatever. That you don't get a job doing that. They don't want a job because they're gonna get drug tested. He says the only reason they're stealing, AOC said the same thing. These people are communists. The only reason they're stealing and going in the store running out is because they need opportunity. Because they really want to work, but they can't find a job. How many applications have you put in? Have you submitted your resumes to any places? Oh, you have not. Oh, you don't want a job then. These people just want to, I don't understand. How did we get here? I don't remember no grown-up when I grew up saying it's okay to go in a store and run out with stuff. I just don't remember that. This is a society that I can't really relate to. I'm a little confused, okay? Get a job. No. We can't go by getting no job. You got to be kidding me. Getting a job, that's very offensive for you to even suggest they need to get a damn job. Because do you realize that they have their own law firm now? They got their own law firm now. There it is. Oop, there it is. The law offices of didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing. My boy was on his way to college. He didn't do nothing. I don't care if he broke the law. Just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, damn it. Don't you understand that? Don't you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You gotta make sure they stay free. I'm free. Yes, I'm free. Yes, my soul is really free. He says the law officers of didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing. Look at it. See, this is your party right here, the Klan party. This is what you're dealing with right here. The Klan party didn't do nothing. None of them ain't never did nothing, no matter what they do. I don't understand why they are harassing him. Look at that. See, they got a sign up in there saying stealing should be legal. Didn't do nothing. The didn't do nothing crowd. We want to make sure that you go on. Whenever you get in trouble, call the law offices of didn't do nothing. 1-800-NOTHING. The lawyers of nothing and nothing. This is what he's saying, that they gotta steal. We can't expect these people to go get a freaking job. We got to let them steal from you. And he's the mayor of Chicago. All liberals are the same way. I keep telling people this. They all want to kill you. They all think that you should be able to get all the free stuff and the taxpayers should pay for it. They all think you should be able to steal, molest children, abort babies up to 9 months. And if they live in 9 months, still put them over there, because Barack Obama was for that too. Oh, the baby survived the abortion? 9 months, let them over there and just let them die. This is who the Democratic Party is. And they got the nerve to be telling somebody, quote, you can't be a Christian if you support Donald Trump. Shut up, monkey. Monkey, be quiet. Do you need a banana? These monkeys are acting as if they're self-righteous. I just laugh at them. Whenever a monkey tries to lecture me, I laugh at the monkey. I don't pay attention to monkeys trying to lecture me on nothing. Or should I say nothing? I'm not going to listen to a monkey trying to lecture me. See, I personally don't like being around monkeys because they don't know nothing, but they'll try to lecture you and embarrass you. You can't make this up. So you're saying stealing. Now, if stealing is okay, shouldn't I be able to rob you then? See, they always talking about somebody else's stuff. If Brandon Johnson gets robbed by one of these youths, I wonder would he take the same mindset? Because I'm always still wondering, like when Paul Pelosi got busted upside the head with the hammer, why is that dude in jail? I don't understand why he in jail. Because you say that people should be able to have another chance, another opportunity. I think he learned his lesson. I think we should let him out of jail. How you expect him to pay for his food and everything if you let him break in your house and bust upside your head with a hammer? See, they don't mind the crime being against you. They don't want you to do the crime against them, though. So as long as somebody is committing crimes against the American people. Matter of fact, speaking of that, oh, I forgot about this one. This woman right here has really truly lost her mind. What was her name? I forgot her name. She's the Minnesota Lieutenant Governor. I think it's Peggy Flanagan or something. She's really crazy. She's upset because Donald Trump administration was trying to pass the Laken Riley Act. She's mortified because she says, I'm more concerned about the illegals. The one who killed her should have more rights than Laken Riley. You can't make this up. The woman literally is saying this. Hold on a minute. Let me get the clip. I couldn't even believe. They said the quiet part out loud now. Here she is literally. What did I do with that heifer? She's really upset because the illegals can't keep committing crimes. What did I do with that clip of that heifer? She ain't nothing but a heifer. What did I do with that clip? I know I still got it. What did I label it as? Because I wanted you to see this clip. I said this woman actually gets up on the microphone and actually says the quiet part out loud. Oh, here it is.
The first vote in the second Trump administration that he brought forward was for the Laken Riley Act. It was one of his biggest priorities.
She's upset about the Laken Riley Act.
It stripped due process away from immigrants.
She's worrying about due process for immigrants, and the immigrant who murdered Laken Riley, she's more concerned about the immigrant who killed Laken Riley. I told you these people don't have no heart, man. You got to stop thinking they got a heart. She's arguing on behalf of the illegals, and Laken Riley is dead.
Allowed for the indefinite detention of adults and children, and was the green light to give ICE unprecedented power to totally terrorize our communities. And I want to be clear that there is a straight line from the Laken Riley Act vote to what we saw in the streets of our communities. And both of our U.S. senators, Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, led the way by voting against the Laken Riley Act. Representatives Betty McCollum, Ilhan Omar, and Kelly Morrison, they all voted no too.
Do we need to even use words? Laken Riley was murdered by an illegal immigrant. She's concerned about illegal immigrants who break the law. She's not concerned about the American citizens who's being slaughtered by the illegals. That is the Democratic Party. This is who these people are. You see, you can try to have a lot of sympathy for people. When somebody tries to kill your family, I mean, self-preservation needs to take in. They want your family dead. And if your family dies, they're on the side of the people who murdered your family member. That's the Democratic Party right here. Make no mistake about it. This is the Democratic Party. She says, damn Laken Riley. I want this illegal let out of jail who murdered Laken Riley. We fighting for their rights. We don't care about the American people being murdered in the streets. We don't care about kids being molested. We got to protect our new voting bloc of illegal immigrants. This is who the Democratic Party is. You make no mistake about it. They don't even have to hide it anymore because their supporters are so filled with hate and rage, and they got their conscience has been seared with a hot iron. They don't even know what right and wrong is no more. They praise everything that's wrong. They glorify everything that's wrong. and they'll call you Hitler, you Nazi. How could you support the orange Hitler while advocating a young lady by the name of Laken Riley shouldn't have any rights? She's mortified that Donald Trump tried to pass this bill, and she's proud that her colleagues went against it. Your Honor, I don't think we need to do any further examination of the Democratic Party. This is the party of the Klan. This is the party of the Nazis, the communists, the socials, the murderers, the child molesters, the criminals, the thief, the carjackers. This is who they are. They don't care anything about your rights. They care about protecting criminals. Can't even make this up. You see, back in the day, the Democrats, there was Democrats who had some kind of conscience. This is not your Joseph Lieberman type of Democrat. He had some kind of conscience. He was a Democrat. They got him out the party. They said, you trying to do the right thing. We don't want to do the right thing. We want to be able to break the law and violate the rights of the American people. We don't care anything about upholding any law. We protect Klan members. We protect Nazis, illegal immigrants, rapists, child molesters, anything that we can do to destroy, quote, MAGA or Americans, we'll do that. We can't let them get in power. We must destroy them. We don't care if this Graham fella is a Nazi. We like Nazis. Can't make it up, man. And these are the people lecturing you, telling you what you need to do. These are the people telling you that it's just not right for us to make people go to work. They should be able to not to work. I mean, how can you require them to work? It's not fair to make people work. What if you hurt their feelings telling them they have to go to work and get a damn job? You know how they used to do? Because I remember we couldn't wait to get a job because we couldn't wait to have our own freaking money. Miss Christy Reese, I believe is how you pronounce that. She just gave us a donation. We do appreciate you, Miss Christy Reese. And she said, okay. Thank you so much for that contribution. We do appreciate it. Now, isn't it something strange about these people? They can be so adamant about doing the wrong thing. I've never seen people so adamant about what's wrong, and then they will frown at you as if they're right about something. These people have no conscience. I'm convinced that the devil has entered into these people. You remember in the Bible where it says that the devil entered into Judas, and Judas went off and told the scribes and Pharisees, you know what? I don't like Jesus. Yeah, I'm his disciples, but you know what? He keep taking the money and doing good things with it. I want to take the money and steal the money. I'm the treasure that's still. Jesus is stealing from me by not allowing me to steal from him. What y'all gonna give me to turn him over? 30 pieces of silver. Give me that silver. I'll take it. I'll let you know. And he went to the Garden of Gethsemane. Oh, Judas did. He kissed the Lord. That Judas is a cold-blooded fellow. I'm going to tell you right now. Think about that. First of all, Judas had been around Jesus for 3 years. He knows Jesus can read his mind. He didn't care. He has no conscience. He said, I hate Jesus because he's doing the right thing. People will hate you for doing the right thing. He said, I'm going to kill. I'm going to go over to this. What y'all going to give me to turn him over? Because I'll show you where he be. We got all these little secret places we be meeting and praying and stuff. He interrupt prayer meeting and bring the mob over there so they can get Jesus. and if you read the story, it says that when they arrived, nobody likes to, they just ignore this part. When they said, we're looking for Jesus of Nazareth, and he said, here I am, bam, the soldiers fell back and got knocked. The power of him knocked them to the ground. Woo! Peter said, I got this, Lord. Peter cut off one of them boys' ears. Jesus said, hold on a minute. Let me heal his ear. Don't do that. Put your sword away. It's my time now. See, these people talking about, you think Jesus is for people stealing? I mean, people are like, what did Jesus do? The Jesus I know is the Jesus of love. You don't know Jesus. You know Jesus. You don't know Jesus. These people are telling you that Jesus wants these people stealing out of the store. Jesus wants you killing the babies. Jesus wants you to let the criminals come over and break the law. Render to Caesar what's due to Caesar. They said, no, that ain't what he meant right there. We want to use that scripture when it's convenient. We want to take your tax dollars. Then it's okay to render to Caesar. But Caesar is a thief. See, Caesar want to take stuff that don't belong to him. That's the Democratic Party. All the taxes they paying, they just taking people money. Look how many blow off money. See, Spirit Air went underground because Democrats wouldn't let them merge. But see, private companies can go broke. Government just keep printing money, taking more of your money, stealing more of your money, fraud galore. Do you understand that how much fraud goes on with Medicaid and Medicare? Do you understand the amount of fraud? Like, especially in California, what they'll do is that they'll say that we're taking care of one of our loved ones, so they get paid to take care of one of their loved ones, and all they do is sit around watching TV. That'll be $5,000 a month you'll get for watching your own loved one. I'll watch any one of my loved ones for that kind of dough. It could be a loved one I don't even like. For $5,000 a month, I'll watch them. We get to watch TV. I'll fix them something to eat and all of that. But that's what the program has been reduced to because they got so much fraud going on. And when the Somalians came over, they know how to milk that because they good at milking systems and running that fraud game. You think the Nigerians are the only one who know how to run con games? No. These foreigners from every country is coming over here ripping the American people off. And they're telling you to pay your fair share. They says Social Security is about to run out, but welfare is not. But all of the money that we're giving to the illegals, that's not going to run out. All of the fraud we're giving to all of these foreigners, that money is not going to run out. But the money you put in for Social Security, that's going to run out. Make it make sense, please. Please make it make sense to me. And these people will get on here and lecture you to death. Who do you think you are? I'm your daddy. That's who I think I am. I dare you say that. Donald Trump is a criminal. Well, first of all, Donald Trump ain't even getting paid. No, I don't agree with everything Donald Trump did, but he's done a damn good job. He's done better than the other presidents. That's all I can say. He's done better than the ones. Show me your favorite. I always ask, who's your favorite president? So I can pick him apart. Tell me well, I don't really care. Now you're lying. Tell me who your favorite president is so I can destroy him. Whatever you name, he done better than your favorite president. So if he's a criminal, so is your favorite president. So all you people that got exposed. For 10 years, you've been calling Donald Trump a Nazi and everything else. And think about this. For 10 years that these people have been trying to destroy Donald Trump, all of them have gotten exposed. It didn't got where nobody really trusts the media anymore because them trying to destroy Donald Trump, all we done is catch him in more lies. Think about the Russian collusion force. The FBI, the CIA, all these government agencies flat out lie. They got the social media platforms to lie. They got the news outlets to lie about Russian collusion. If you didn't know that the dossier was fake, you don't need to be in no kind of office. You don't need to have no kind of clearance because you're too damn stupid. It's obvious if you read the dossier, the PP dossier, it's obvious it was fake. And then people like James Comey went and got these Pfizer warrants illegally, him and McCabe, all of them knew it was a lie. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, they all knew it was a lie. And then you had people like William Barr in Donald Trump's administration sabotaging him, telling you that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. It was the most secure election in the history of this country. Notice that it's always secure when they win. Nobody is going to convince me that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. If you think Joe Biden got 81 million votes, you're stupid in the world, a road lizard. It ain't nowhere in the hell Joe Biden got no 81 million votes. You're telling me Joe Biden is the most popular president in the history of this country? Child, please. What would you like to be when you grow up? Because evidently you believe in the tooth fairy too. Santa Claus comes down the chimney. Yes, he does. There ain't nobody in their right mind could possibly believe that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Like no one should believe the whole COVID. If anybody need to be in jail, Anthony Fauci has been lying since the AIDS epidemic. He's always been a liar. And then we got him on Anthony Fauci on video. admitting that he was going to intimidate people to make sure they get so scared that they take the jab. Let me see, do I still got that clip? Let me see if I still got that clip. Well, this is dirty. Let me see if I still got that clip of Sir Anthony Fauci saying we're gonna scare them, the dickens out of them, make sure they give up all their rights. They can't go to college or nothing. See if I got that Anthony Fauci. I think I still got that one. Mr. Ant Fauci. Oh, here it is. I think this is it.
Have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated. Yeah. Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook.
See, he didn't know they had this recording. Look at his face.
And all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit.
I like to cane Anthony Fauci. Literally cane him in public. You know how many deaths this man has caused? While he was the infectious disease expert, you're not questioning Anthony Fauci. You're questioning science. I represent science. Anybody who knows anything about an infectious disease, if you ever worked in a laboratory, if you ever had to handle hazardous material, you will understand how ridiculous the argument is that a dust mask can stop an infectious disease. That's when I knew the gig was up. You don't have to be a scientist to figure this out. I've read enough MSDS sheets, SDS sheets they call them now. I've been in enough laboratories. I've had to deal with toxic gases, liquid toxic material, flammable liquid, corrosive. You're not going to wear a dust mask when you're handling most of this material because the dust mask can't stop nothing. I remember one time that me and the owner of the company was repoing because we didn't want nobody else to mess with it. I was the supervisor. He was the owner. We didn't want any other guys to get sick. And we had suction masks and we had this toxic powder that was very, very toxic. And even though we had suction masks on, we still was having to bag up. And we had to go get another special kind of container to block off the stuff, even though we weren't even sniffing it. And these are cartridges masks. If we had been using dust masks, we'd have passed out. But Anthony Fauci wants you to believe that an infectious disease, because you double mask, he knew he was lying when he said it. Nobody in their right mind could listen to anything Anthony Fauci says from here on. The man has done nothing but lie, just like he lied about the AIDS epidemic. If you go look, matter of fact, you can go online right now. Get something like, let me see. If you go look up the SDS sheet for, say, phenol. Phenol, if sometimes it's phenol solid, but phenol is a toxic with a sub-risk of a 3. And the thing about phenol is that it solidifies. It can be a liquid at first, and it's very dangerous. It can go through the skin when it's in liquid form, but then it solidifies. I double dog dare you to go look at the SDS sheet and see, can you wear a dust mask? And an infectious disease is worse than phenol. But Anthony Fauci, who's supposed to be an infectious disease expert, don't know that a dust mask can't do anything for that. And these people was arguing with me. I tried to tell people this. I said, you don't know what you're talking about. The dust mask. I said, are you telling me that I can take this dust mask and I go on the airplane, and when you get in the airplane, they close off the doors. You're, 20,000 miles up in the air. And when that little cart comes down the aisle, all you have to do is tell COVID, I like to get a timeout like you in football. I like to take a 20-minute timeout because I'm about to eat. And when you eat, this dangerous infectious disease will let you have a timeout because this particular disease is a gentleman. It will never attack you while you're eating because it respects boundaries. How ridiculous does this even sound? But all of the, they would have these people on Miss NBC, CBS. They had the doctors and stuff. They was doing dances and stuff with masks on. It was something out of a propaganda movie from Adolf Hitler, if you ask me. One of the greatest scandals that has ever been perpetrated on the American people. And they say, who do you think you are? They all was wrong. But these people are still, nobody's been held accountable, really. People was dying. They were, you remember Cuomo down in New York? They were placing infected people in nursery homes, and the people in nursery homes are the most vulnerable ones. They said, put the infected people, and let's kill a bunch of these old people. Nobody went to jail. Matter of fact, he ran for office as mayor. After he got fired and taken out of office for sexual harassment and doing this stuff. You can't make this up, man. How do we get to this point that these people can be tricked just about? I just don't even understand how these people can be so easily bamboozled. My God. Tell you the truth, man. Please make it make sense to me. But these are the ones that will tell you that we got to listen to the experts. We got to follow the science. And then when you tell them, well, the science is not adding up, they say, shut up. Who do you think you are? We're the experts. Look at Anthony Fauci's face. This fool sat flat down. And this is what was so cold-blooded about Anthony Fauci. They were deleting information to prove that it wasn't out of a wet market. Remember, he came from bats, he says. He knew he was lying. There were people down in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that had already ran these kind of tests. I think one person died down there. Then they farmed it out over to Japan. He didn't care about people dying. He's like the Kevorkian of the medical industry. This man don't care about people dying, and they got a nerve to give him a pardon, which he didn't really get a pardon because it was Joe Biden didn't really sign it. So I don't know what we're waiting on that deal to get this piece of trash. He looks evil. He looks evil. Everything about Anthony Fauci was deceptive. And these people didn't want you saying anything against Anthony Fauci. They was worshiping Anthony Fauci. He was eating it up too. What Dr. Fauci, what about this right? Well, the disease, if you stay 6 feet apart. What do you have any scientific evidence to back that up? No, I just grabbed it from out my butthole, just made it up. But I want you to stay 6 feet. See, that was testing to see how much of a clone you can be. I immediately ignored everything they said. I wouldn't even let them run a COVID test on me because I thought they was trying to infect me. That's how much I don't trust these people. I said, I'm not letting you stick that in my nose. No, I'm not taking no test. I don't care what you say. I'm not taking no test. You ain't giving me no test. To this day, I've never took a COVID test. I refused to let them stick anything in my nose because there were some nurses who worked close to for this particular business I own at this particular time. And the nurses would tell us that they were running tests, and then the people sometimes would have to go to work and they never took the test. They would call the people and says, your test came back positive. And the lady says, I never took the test. Oh, okay, but you're positive. What a con job. Nobody went to jail, though. Do you find it a little suspicious that nobody went to jail? But see, we worry about all this other stuff. All this is a charade going on. What the government is good is doing is causing chaos. Manufactured chaos. I don't care if it's COVID. I wouldn't be surprised if they invented the AIDS virus too. They create problems. They start a fire and then pretend to be the fireman. They flood the country with a bunch of illegals and say, we need to take care of the illegals, close the damn border down. Why'd you let them over here? Because they create problems so they can make sure they let the criminals out of jail because they want crime to stay up. They don't want crime down. I mean that. I mean that with all my heart. Most Democrats don't want crime down. They should have a right to rob you. But you better not rob one of them. Then they want tough penalties if you rob one of them. If you hurt their feelings online. You know, I done got more hate and people are hurling all kind of things because I said something online. I ain't robbed you. I haven't mistreated you in any kind of way. Because it's just like if you want to watch, if you get ready to watch a movie and you got the kids, you look at the ratings. That's rated R. If it says nudity, sexual, whatever, violence, you don't like that, it says it right there. Why can't they just put a rating and stop trying to stop people from talking? See, them stopping you from talking is a way they control you because truth changes people's mindset. Lies all day can't never free you up and they can't never change anything. But as long as they can block truth, they want to block truth. See, truth don't need protection. Lies need protections. Truth is like the king of the jungle. It don't need protection. But a lie needs all kind of bodyguards. Community standards. We got to stop this violence. They want to intimidate you because a lie always needs you to protect them. That's why Barack Obama needed protection. That's why Joe Biden needed protection, pretending like Joe Biden was company. His man wasn't shot. Even when they used to remember they used to ask Jill that question. Jill, is the president, has he lost a step or two? His cognitive, has it happened? Oh my God, that is so ridiculous. Remember the DEI hire that was the spokesperson, Kevin Jean-Pierre? Oh, be serious. The president, I can't keep up with the president. He's so fast. Really? Joe Biden is so, well, it's funny. So behind closed doors, he's like a track star. But when he get in front of us, he's falling down for no reason. He forget to put his feet down on the bicycle and fall down. He's tripping over nothing. He's stumbling his words. He's talking to dead people. But behind closed doors, he's a genius. Can't make this up. These people really think we're stupid. Behind closed doors, Joe Biden was the smartest guy ever. All of them says it. He's brilliant behind closed doors. We can't keep up with him. Dude was in the bed at 4 o'clock in the evening. He's tired, wore out. Gave him some ice cream, put a pamper on him, and put him in the bed, tucked him in. Gave him some warm milk or something. But if they talk about it, oh my God, he's so smart. This is the best version of Joe Biden I have ever seen. In Joe Biden's prime, the prime of Joe Biden's life, he was a moron then. Proving you could be a moron and still be a senator and even the president of the United States of America. You could be a complete moron. And that's how great this country is. Morons are able to become president. Look at all the damn senators and congressmen we got, this complete morons. But they're not the ones really running anything. It's the people behind the scenes. See, we got to dig those people out. We got to get them devils out of there. Because the devils don't never stop. Never will you hear the devil say, you know what? I'm tired of deceiving people. I've deceived enough people. You know, I'm just going to take a break. I'm not going to deceive anybody. I'm not going to destroy anybody else's life. I'm going to let you make it. Do you think the devil ever gets tired of destroying things? And his work is never good because they take pride in it. Look how they, oh, we hate that Donald Trump didn't get assassinated. Now, if one of them dies, I'm going to celebrate. But I don't be sitting around asking people to be assassinated. This is how crazy people now, if it happened now, not going to be sad. But they be sitting around advocating. Oh, my God. But nobody ever tries to kill them. But they keep saying it's on both sides. No, it's not on both sides. I don't pay attention to any poll they got right now because it's biased as hell. Everything they do is biased. They don't even have right in it. These people don't have, they don't even know what it means to do the right thing. They have no clue. And their supporters are just as stupid as they are because they'll just, whatever they say. And then when something finally happens that's good, They're going to something. Let's find something else bad to talk about. We don't want to talk about nothing good. When Donald Trump said it was no tax on tips, many of the Democrats stopped it. We want them to pay taxes on tips, but we care about the little bitty persons. No, they care about the illegals. They don't really care about the illegals. They care about the illegals voting for them. That they can put that in their census to make sure they have more seats. That's what that's about. It ain't like they really give a damn about the illegals either. These people are demon possessed. I'm gonna tell you, the Democrats are evil people. You make no mistake about it. They're evil. You can trick yourself all you want to. You think they're not evil. They are evil. They want you dead. They want you to be robbed. They want you to be poor. They want you to own nothing and be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Do, 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 do. That's who they are. But anyway, we got to get out of here. Glad was able to check. We'll try to check in a little bit. I don't know if we're going to be checking a little bit early tomorrow, but we'll see. Because sometimes I don't know how my schedule is going to work out here. But we'll try to get in as early as we possibly can. We'll do a couple of videos. Get them right there going. We may go live in the middle of the day tomorrow sometime. I don't know what time it's going to be. So I like to catch YouTube off guard, Facebook off guard. That's what I like to do. Well, good night, Common Sense Nation.